So lately, I have been getting a lot of calls and inquiries about moving to Colorado Springs from Texas. So I want to share kind of what I've been experiencing and what the differences are between Texas and Colorado, specifically Colorado Springs. And hopefully that will make things a little bit easier for you as you move to Colorado Springs. Hey guys, my name is Iris. I'm a real estate agent here. And if this is your first time to the channel, I'm always posting videos about what it's like to live in the Springs. So if that's something that you're interested in, just make sure that you are subscribed. And if you ever need help with real estate, buying homes, selling property, even if it's in another state, I have a connection in other states and can find definitely someone in Texas for sure for you guys. So make sure you reach out. My phone number will be on the screen. And today I just want to go over just three main things about the differences between Texas and Colorado Springs. Now, I do have a lot of people that think that Springs is more affordable than Texas, and that's definitely not the case. You guys have way nicer houses with a better budget. So, for example, I had a buyer reach out and they were looking at homes for sale, under 200K, and those just don't really exist anymore in the Springs, which is super unfortunate because we did have a lot of homes, really nice homes, maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that were like that, where you can get something really nice for under 200K. Under 300K, same thing. It's very difficult to find something that is going to be affordable in that price range because we have a shortage of inventory, which means we have a shortage of homes for sale. So typically we're running around 2,000, maybe even less, 1,600 to 2,000 homes, where normally we were running between 6 and 7,000 per month. Now we're just at about a month and a half of availability. A month and a half supply of homes is what they say, which doesn't really matter to you because it's more of real estate ease language. But what you need to know is that prices are staying high because there's not enough homes to go around. So when you have all this movement, now that people are able to work from wherever, whenever, there's a lot more flexibility in the workforce. So they can go anywhere. So you're competing with buyers from California, from Florida, and from Texas. And so it's a lot harder to find something here in the Springs, especially with interest rates going up. So anyways, back to the housing affordability, our average home price here is sitting around $485,000 right now as of this video. It could change. And, different areas, you have their outskirts of Colorado Springs, Whitefield, Fountain, Peyton, those areas. That's going to be a little bit more affordable than right here in the heart of the Springs. But you're looking at, 480 and up for the median home price. Average home price is well over, 520, hovering around there over these last few months. All right, so the second thing is that our city is not as big as like a lot of places that people are calling me from like Houston, San Antonio, those places. We are a very small town. We're big as far as land goes, but as far as population, we've got about just under 500,000 people here in the Springs. And for things to do, we don't have a lot of big places. We're known for our landmarks. We are known for our tourist attraction, like places like Garden of the Gods and Manitou Springs. We are known for those kinds of things that are more of a visual, parks, hiking, and things like that. But as far as things to do, it's a lot smaller. There's not as much nightlife, nightclubs, and things like that. So you'll want to go to Denver for that bigger night scene. I mean, we're lucky to get live bands here that are really, really good. We don't have a lot going on. Sometimes we'll get stuff at the Broadmoor Arena. Sometimes we'll get a good concert down here, but you're not going to see people like Taylor Swift coming to the Springs or a big high-profile person. They're going to go to Red Rocks or Denver, Fiddler's Green, places like that. Although we are getting an amphitheater here on the north end of town. So that might change. Who knows what that'll be like. But arts and entertainment, we are known for our creative district. So we have a lot of art and things like that, museums, things like that. But it's not what people think. And so when they come out here, they get a little bit disappointed or they're bored or they're thinking that there might be bigger, more, I don't know how I would say it, but high profile things to do. And that's the only word I can think of. But maybe if you can help me out, throw that in the comments, help me out with that information. But Anyway, that is the second thing. And the third thing is that our weather is milder here, so it's not gonna get super hot like over there in Texas. And I have family out there, so I know that it gets pretty warm. You're looking at 100 plus degrees, whereas here, we will top out at 98 degrees. That's on a super hot day where there's like a heat wave warning. So doesn't get super hot, and then in the wintertime, it does get very cold and the roads ice over. Now, I remember being in San Antonio when I was a teenager, and there was a little bit of freezing rain, and the whole city shut down. We couldn't go anywhere. We couldn't get on the highways or anything. And here, there's ice, black ice everywhere. So people that aren't used to driving in that weather or being in that weather, they tend to cause more accidents when they're here. They tend to not understand the way to drive. They tend to freak out and slam the brake, where that is like the worst thing you can do on ice. It's going to make you spin out, potentially crash into something. And so, the weather is definitely way different. And so, something that you would want to get used to and get familiar with before you actually make the move. I know a lot of military, you don't have that option. You're not able to pick where you go sometimes. So, if you can plan a trip out here just so you can understand more about the weather and try and do it around the winter time if you can. That way, that's like the worst of it. The heat here is not bad at all. I mean, obviously, everywhere gets pretty hot, but it's not unbearable to where people need to be worried or concerned about that. Our altitude is a lot higher here. And so people tend to have issues with that, but not too much. Texans are pretty acclimated when they get here. Very similar as far as the sunshine goes. But anyway, that's it. Those are my three things that Texans should know before they move to Colorado Springs. And if you need help, feel free to reach out, call, text, or email, and I will see you on the next video.